Yes, time has flown by so fast, but I remember I remember it just like the day I came here, like it was yesterday. The memory of the choir notes for me dates way back 47 years ago. It started with the male chorus and the gospel chorus, but the oldest choir was the chancel choir, and they sang anthems, and they always led our communion services on the first Sunday in each month. They sang things like, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" The gospel chorus kept us upbeat with the music that was coming into the churches, especially the black churches around the country. And I remember Mrs. Gloria Threet used to lay her head back and she would sing, "I'm coming up on the rough side of the mountain to the glory of God."
I'm coming up on the rough side of the mountain.
Take your time and say it. That's all right.
I must hold
on,
to God,
Yes, sir.
His powerful hand.
Whoa, yeah.
I'm coming up.
And then we have the male chorus. They were somewhat like those good old gospel groups with their guitars in the South. They had me on the go almost every week because they were always going to somebody's male chorus anniversary. Westchester County, Harlem, New York City, all over the place. They were one busy group. And they had quite a few lead singers like Deacons Baldwin, Deacon Percy Mines, John Green, Walter Norman, and they also had a Jack Young who could sing all kind of pieces. But two of their favorites were "I Woke Up This Morning with My Mind Stayed on Jesus" and "I Said I Wasn't Gonna Tell Nobody, but I Just Couldn't Keep It to Myself."
Said I wouldn't go tell nobody, but said I wouldn't go tell nobody, but
The Voices of Bethel was birthed as a young adult choir of Bethel Baptist Church. And when they started out, they had about 18 steady members. Freddie Boss was their choir director for a short time, but when he left, I was asked to take on the choir. Well, I was kind of reluctant at first because they were a brand new group and they would require a lot of work, something we call building a choir process. So after taking on the choir, the enrollment skyrocketed to over 56 members. They worked hard together and they became a very strong and dedicated choir of this church. The Voices developed an extensive repertoire that took them concertizing throughout Westchester County and even in New York City. Their main concert, however, was held at Bethel the Saturday before the first Sunday in November of every year. Their membership continued to grow. It was like a "Sign Me Up" explosion, which was one of their first songs. Sign me up for the Christian Jubilee and write my name on the roll.
Sign me up. Sign me up for Christian Jubilee. Write my name on the roll. 'Cause I've been changed since the Lord has lifted me.
Brenda Roan was the director of the children's choir, and she was a jewel for our children. There were over 40 children in that choir, and most of the time I stayed for the rehearsals because my son was in the choir. Those children loved to sing. When they sang, everybody in Bethel would be on their feet. They sang songs like, I may be young, may never get old, may not have money, silver, or gold, but I got Jesus, and if I let him take control, I can feel him down in my soul. And the other one was, I might as well think big. Why should any thoughts be small? The children sang it with conviction because they enjoyed the words. The words meant so much to them. Jessica Shoulders sang the solo part. And then when the children grew up, they moved on to the youth choir. The turnaround for the choir was fast because before you could begin to train them, they were high school students, they were graduating, and then they were gone. All in all, we had a few great moments of singing time together, and one of their favorite songs was God Has Smiled on Me, He Has Set Me Free. The French choir was birthed out of the Haitian population that met at Bethel and on Sunday afternoons. And they would rehearse on Saturday nights. And since the male chorus rehearsed on Saturday nights, I was always here. And sometimes I would come out and just listen to them sing. It was so powerful. One night they were singing Amazing Grace in French, and I was brought to tears. So I stopped right in my tracks and just listened. They named the choir after our former pastor, Reverend Dr. Louis H. Wade, because he had given them so many opportunities in the community as well as at Bethel Baptist Church. Ajay and I were able to catch them at a rehearsal last Saturday at their church on Ferris Avenue. And yes, they were singing Amazing Grace in French. Well, it's good to reminisce, but coming home brings us to the reality of this moment. Because today is homecoming at Bethel, and we thank God for all the sweet, sweet memories of our choir's notes.